rotary, you can do a standard tree, simulate inertia, that thing, let the thing coast down like it's got the vehicle's weight behind it, and the vehicle weight. Horsepower at 50 miles an hour, that's for a coefficient of drag. It'll give you a quarter mile, 60 foot, it'll give you your reaction time, 8 mile, 1,000 feet, it'll give you how fast you went, and what time you did it in. It's accurate to within 100,000ths of a second. I think it's dead nuts accurate. The horsepower curve, the power curve, and what RPM you pull the motor to, bottom of the power curve, top of the power curve, and you'll get your maximum power, maximum torque. But the correction factor, that's what that means, is with correction factor. This has a built-in weather station. What it does is it measures temperature, altitude, humidity, barometric pressure for the day, and it corrects the number based on the actual situation, the surroundings that you are in right at this moment. Once again, you enter the vehicle weight and the horsepower at 50 miles an hour for the aerodynamics. What that does is it actually loads the vehicle. The faster you go, the harder it loads it. For wind resistance, breakaway torque is to get the vehicle moving, things like that. It takes it all into play. It's a Mustang MD 250 chassis dyno. It'll hold 1,500 horsepower back. If you say you got 1,000 horsepower and want to prove it, I can enter in 1,000 horsepower and say go. And if you got 1,000 horse, it'll drive over it. And if you don't have 1,000 horse, it's going to shut you down. You can sit here and do load testing with it. We can drag the vehicle down, watch air-fuel ratio with whatever kind of load we want in here. We can just go up and up and up and up. See what kind of brake-specific fuel consumption you got. If the thing's sucking fuel and you want to lean it out or whatever, you're going to watch your air-fuel while you're doing this. But air-fuel ratio in up here. There's all kinds of things we can put in here. We can put in vacuum, see what kind of engine vacuum you're pulling. We can put in boost. I have a boost sensor. It's good from 0 to 100 PSI of boost. If you got any crazy diesels, you can put diesels on here and load it right. Put in constant speed. If you want to see if you can hold and make speed for a certain amount of time, you can put in any speed. Should put in, see if we take 250 miles an hour. About that speed, it'll probably go 200-ish. Let's find out. Faster than 8 hours you go. No, ain't programmed that high yet. Well, I can change it, whichever. Let's see. Constant horsepower, like I said, just tell me you got 700 horse. Well, see if you can prove it. You'll either drive over it or it'll stop you, one or the other. All kind of emissions testing, probably not going to mean shit to any of y'all, but we have tons of emissions testing with a 5-gas analyzer as well. It's all certified by the government. We go in here and choose, it's a highway pattern. You can sit here and drive along a certain highway pattern and it'll measure emissions and how much horsepower you put down as well as while you're driving it. Go in here, timing, standing start acceleration. You can tell me, you want to go from 0 to whatever top speed you want to go to. It'll tell you the time you did it in and how far it took to get it. So if you want to do anything like the Texas mile runs or any of those high-speed runs, it's going to tell you if you can make it or not. Uphill, we can put in a grade. 6% grade. It'll take any, all kinds. We can go up to 50% grade. Damn near climbing a damn cliff. Go in here. Let's see. 200-yard roll on. This is really, really good for dirt track guys and round guys. If you tell me you come out of the corner at, let's say, 57 miles an hour here, and your top speed, on your data logger is X. Let's say it's 120 miles an hour. You can change your gear ratios and change the tune, and change the cams, whatever you want to do, and find out how fast you can get going in what amount of time, and see if you can increase that top speed in a shorter amount of time on a circle track. We can also, for circle track guys, come in here and it's passing acceleration. You can put in start speed and stop speed. So if you say that you come out of the corner, once again, 50, let's say 110. It'll help you right there too, as far as gear ratio changes, things like that. This thing will do all kinds of testing. This here is probably the most valuable testing for most of you guys. Say it'll do 8th mile as well. You can imagine how many different people have been on this dyno and the results do not get out. Something that's very private. I don't care who you are or what you got. Your results are not going to come out here. It's just they stay here. It doesn't matter if the guy that you're grudging against comes in behind you a week after you. The issue is just as private as yours is. no amount of money that can get that. So that's about it in a nutshell. There's a lot of shit here, but this is about it that you're really going to be seeing, something you're going to use a whole lot of. You'll notice over there we have a couple of we have a TIG welder, we have an aluminum MIG welder, we have a steel MIG welder, a glass bead cabinet as well. So you can fit pretty decent sized stuff in the bead cabinet. I'm looking into putting in powder coating in here. Probably do a little bit of powder coat oven. If you walk this way with me, you'll check out our machine shop here. This is more of an industrial machine shop. We've got a Moriseki 3-axis CNC machine. It can contain up to 50 different tools in it. Not a whole lot of head port or anything like that on it, but we can make just about anything. We do a lot with Delrin, like you can see here. It's really, really hard plastic. It's great for making control arm bushings out of. We can make you a control arm bushing. It does not matter what car it's for. Bring me a bushing, we'll take measurements off it, put it in there. It's a lot like Delaloom, Delaloom bushings. They maintain their rigidity. They're no friction like rubber. Anytime you get a car, let's see on the front end of a car, when it goes to transfer, you get that rubber bushing. It has a lot of binding on that, and so that control arm takes a lot of work to drop. So the car doesn't want to transfer as quick. This stuff here, we have tons of this shit around here. Do a lot of machining with it. Really, really rigid suspension. It'll stop better. It'll track straighter when you go to stop. The car will tighten up a bunch. We can make any bushing for any car you ever wanted. Over here we got a rotary table for Bridgeport. We can do, just about anything in here. I'm starting to set these up for O-ringing cylinder heads, like the Ford 6-liter diesel guys, blowing head gaskets. I've done a lot with that stuff and done a lot of O-ringing. So I'm talking to my machinist about building a couple jigs for the Ford heads and maybe in some Duramax heads, put some stainless steel wire in the heads and get them to hold the gaskets down. Another Bridgeport over there in the corner you can see. It's not set up with a rotary table or anything, but it's got a standard jig on it. We have a vertical mill here. That one we're setting up for machining cylinder heads, exhaust manifolds, intake manifolds, and possibly some blocks we're going to put on there. Just got to make a couple jigs. Right now it's more of an industrial machine shop, but I've talked my boss into converting some over to automotive shit. There's a nice CNC lathe as well. Very, very big lathe. We can turn down pretty much whatever you can fit on it. It's pretty good size. I say we do a lot of plastic work, but we have all the tooling for steel as well. It's not like we're just set up with soft tools for plastic. And if you walk around here, still setting these rooms up. But vertical bandsaw, another vertical bandsaw, bigger one. This one here is really, really nice for cutting down long lengths of pipe, square stock, angle iron, roll cage tubing, you name it. Big bandsaw with a feed table. It's sweet. Whenever you gotta do some cutting, it sure beats a damn chop saw. That shit sucks. Another small non-CNC controlled lathe, but with digital readout on it, for doing smaller items. And mostly really just, looking for tune work. Use the chassis dyno. It's my dyno in this building. My employer rents it from me, but I have access to it whenever I want. Do some motor building. Not looking to do a whole lot of chassis shit, and full builds. Just don't got the room or the time for it. But if you guys need to get on a really good dyno and get shit tuned right, I do EFI tuning, all types. I do SCT, Diablo Sport, HP tuners, all the standalones, AEM. I'm real good with AEM. Big Stuff 3, Fast XF5, Motec, Haltech, pretty much you name it, I've tuned with it. I've got 10 years experience tuning with this stuff. Been doing it since I was about 18, 19 years old, kind of messing around, not really knowing what I was doing, but got good by now, I guess. So, it's like carburetors, multiple carburetors, nitrous setups, blowers, turbos, blower and nitrous, turbo and blowers, it don't matter. I'll tune it, roots, blowers, centrifugal, does not matter. Any type of fuel, E85, I don't care. Bring it on down. You'll get the most power out of it you're going to find. That's just how it is. I will bet money. In fact, I will even say, if you bring a car down here and I cannot get more power than when you came in with it, it's free. Outright. I won't even charge you because it ain't worth it. So just know that. That's really about it, I suppose.